And we are live. How is everybody tonight?
Doing good, doing good.
I'm alive, feeling good.
I am
Had
I am living the peak of life.
had to buy a new keyboard today because for some reason my keyboard decided to just pretend like the control button was down at all times. So
That's always fun.
yeah,
Just hanging in there on my side.
Yeah, I just been sleeping all day, so we had to work to catch up on now.
Hmm. I
Not
was getting
allowed to
cool
sleep.
colors from the colorist today on one of my books. That was fun. That's like Christmas for creatives. You understand?
Yeah. And Mr. Varian decided to change his picture.
That's right. It's a good
Everyone
one.
needs to see my lovely visage. I was
It's a good one.
I was young and had hope, dreams, dignity, and
You
now
can
it's
see.
all-
Look at those eyes; they're popping. You can see the pride and just power in there, man.
Yeah, that's I had dignity back then. Yeah, dignity, pride, maybe a little,
Sparkle.
like-
A sparkle.
yeah, like I had hope for the
Hope.
future. Now I'm like, man,
you straighten your hair.
Now.
You straighten your hair
my
in that
hair.
picture.
No, my hair has this really weird texture. It will grow straight, and I look at people like, hey, Darren, are you mixed? Are you partially white? I'm like, no, my credit score is. So at least, yeah, no. It grows and then it'll start curling and it looks really weird. It's like I've had some like Jermaine Jackson stuff going on once. I had
Tito.
an afro. I had an afro that had waves once. Remember that, Lola? I had an afro that had waves. It was like the weirdest. So I just like if I
Ocean
can't keep
Fro.
it was like I was like the Osbournes or something. Like, yeah, it
I
was
love
weird.
it. That's cool. Only you can pull that off, though, right?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
cool. It's kind of yours, you know.
Yeah, that was a.
Hail Niobe.
Well,
But I don't let it grow like that anymore because I realized that people are like, it used to be long. It got really long at one point, and people kept thinking I was a girl, a very ugly girl, I think, because I'll tell you guys a story when we're live. Don't worry.
See, Dustin's trying to show off now with all his long hair.
Yeah, I got it. I just got like a foot off of it not long ago. Like,
Look at that gorgeous mane. Look at it.
Holy
I had to
shit.
shave mine.
Chewbacca under there.
Yeah.
Don't tease
Yeah.
us. I had to shave mine, so
It's like
Hey, but
John
look,
Landis Chewbacca.
right? Then you look at Maya. Maya rocks that hairdo, man. Don't feel bad. I like that dick. Rock it, man.
Yeah.
I had really long hair until I joined the army, and then by the time I got out of the army, I couldn't grow any hair back because I was losing it.
not according to Niobe. You have long hair.
I
You're
used to
just
have
hiding
long
it from
hair.
us.
I used to. Long
Well,
hair. I used to have hair like Dustin's.
Right on. I mean, I
I
ran a private police force for 12 years and had to keep I could grow a beard, but I wasn't allowed to have my hair long, had to shave it all the time. So
You don't want something for someone to grab onto.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So like the day you were out where you like let it flow. Let it grow.
That's it, man. Just let it go. I think I've cut my hair like twice in the past 9 years. I can't even.
I had it down my back in high school and it was like golden Thor locks,
I love that.
I was like, hell yeah.
That shit. Oh yeah.
It was fun, man, because when you're a metalhead or a gothy type, you know, it's part of the look. It was cool. And when I decided to finally cut it off in college, the first lady I went to refused to cut it. She was like, I refuse, and closed her tools dramatically and walked away.
That's awesome.
And this old lady was like, sit down, I don't give a damn, I'll cut your damn hair. They just pulled it back and just chop.
Jesus.
But
I got a question for you guys because this has happened to me. I live in the suburbs, so getting a haircut is kind of it's kind of hard to find a place because I walked in a barbershop and it was an all ladies barbershop. It was called Playboys, and the thing is they get really attractive women to cut your hair. And I walked in, no one was there, so I looked left, I looked right, and I'm like,
Basically wearing nothing.
oh yes,
He didn't add that part.
Yeah, they don't.
And they're in heels like I wear.
Yeah. So I mean, it was like being at home. Why not? But I walked in and I said, "Ma'am," I looked left, looked right. I said, "Can you cut my hair?" And this bitch, I'm sorry, I shouldn't call her a bitch. But I don't want to be called out her name, but she looked at me and she said, "You mean curly?" And I looked at her, I cut my eyes, and I said, "You know what I mean. My hair." And she's like, "Yeah, I can cut it." Like, and she did a decent job. But
Okay, she did.
Yeah,
Okay,
she did
she
decent
wasn't building trust, man.
yeah. But yeah, see, it goes from that nice kind of what you guys just saw. It'll get this bad, which is very funny. You guys are gonna laugh at this. Everyone, like, have a good laugh. Have a good laugh. I was young. I was like 21. This picture.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Antonio Banderas
like,
hair.
As a matter of fact, if you look to the left there, you can see my arcade machine I had in my bedroom. Big, huge Crime City arcade machine. Then it goes from that to this.
Oh hell yeah!
And I was a posing motherfucker back then, wasn't I? Look at that. I didn't pose there with Mike Turner very much, but I'm glad I cut all that hair off, man. It's
Man, you look like you could have been in Seven Dust, man.
John Witherspoon.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are hanging out with Nonpoint, man.
I listen to a lot of rock, so I mean, I was
John moved to Kansas City, and he actually comes out to a lot of local shows.
Dude, he's a cool guy, man. He's a really cool guy. For sure.
Prince does my that hurts. Lowell, did you do your intro, or do you still?
No, I didn't. I didn't want to cut in.
Where'd it go?
I have so many pictures to show. It's great.
Hold on, I'm going to the intro.
All right.
Just a moment.
So short.
Like
Quick.
To the point.
Hello, everyone, and yeah, thanks for listening to us ramble and talk about hair. I am Lola, your indie princess, and yeah, I got a full house tonight. Lots of people, and I guess I like talking about hair. You should have heard the conversation before the show. It was all about sex.
That's two things that go hand in hand, in my opinion. You know?
Yeah, we probably should have switched the topics.
What do you use? Then you go live. Hey, did you try that new brand of lube? Jesus.
Well, they do go hand in hand. My wife tells me I can't shave the beard, and she's like, no, I like my man to look like a man. So they are connected in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nobody grew a ponytail because they thought it wouldn't get them laid. You know? Like, you think there's that one girl out there who's like, I just love a fucking ponytail. Give it. And you're just waiting to run in there.
If his hair was braided all the time, I probably would be pregnant all the time.
There you go.
Yeah, see,
Whoa.
I just don't have the upkeep for braids anymore. I just can't. I can't keep. You gotta go. Look at that. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Keep in mind, guys, this is all early 2000s. Like, look at that Edgelord Sting poster back there. Look at that.
I love it.
Oh, awesome.
Like,
Ooh, I like the
Where's
Rob
that guy?
that you got, the Nintendo Rob.
Yeah, that's Rob. Yeah, I got if you look to
Hell
the right of my head, there's Robot from Lost in Space.
Oh, yeah.
2 televisions. One was for actual TV, one was for video games. Show me them feet. Lola, that's for you.
Put your shirt on a little tighter, and you look like that muscle guy from 8 Mile. I can't remember what his name was.
The one that he said Snoop Dogg's got a fucking boob job.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg got a boob job. That guy. Pay attention, meathead. You saying the same shit he said.
I'm not showing any feet tonight. Okay, so I'll bring back the future next week. Next week, I'll bring it back.
Well, did you introduce yourself? I'm sorry.
I did. I was the only one.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll let everybody go, and then I'll inundate them with even worse things to talk about besides their comics. That'd be great. Go ahead.
Max, who are you?
I'm Max DeVille. I operate Atrocity Press. We publish books like Mary Machine Gun, Neo Tokyo, Human Hunters, and soon to be coming out in March, April-ish, will be Ninja Bimbos versus Zombies from Deep Space.
Yes.
Let's see. We got some more people in the chat. We got Big Daddy Bowser. What's up?
Fake cast in the house. BC. Unity.
Will, who are you?
Hey everyone, my name is Will Hoffneck. I am the founder and publisher of 100% Comics out of California. I'm also the founder of the Make More Comics Arts Grant that we give direct cash payments to young and upcoming self-published small press comics in order to promote physical comics, really. And we primarily kind of focus on small independent creators, people who maybe have never been published or it's their first time publishing. And big thing that we do is try to teach them how to get into comics and how to make comics themselves. So it's a big part of what we do.
Hell yeah.
Kick ass.
I dig it.
We got the monster tonight.
I am Vaughn out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. I make killer comic books, and that's kind of all I do, really. And yeah, it's just me and a cat named Jasper. We're making comic books, and I guess I tried to do everything else in life before I got here. So that's why I'm good at making comic books, I think, because I was always making them in the background while trying to be like a doctor or trying to be like a bouncer or trying to be like run a tea house. Like I tried all these things in life, and it was cool, and I learned a lot, and it didn't work out. But I think it got me here. And so, yeah, glad about that.
Without all those experiences, you wouldn't be who you are today.
Yeah. All that failure, man.
Hey,
it's good stuff.
When you fail is when you learn.
Yeah. You got nowhere else to go.
Yeah, when you succeed, you don't learn much.
But yeah, and I think I'm starting to realize that as I make my books now, like Monster MD, Terror in the Trenches, like they wouldn't be what they are without me trying a million other things first. So,
right.
Hell, here's the failure.
Justin.
My name is Justin Brunell. I own Ethereal Comics. I publish The Listener. I publish Greed. My most famous book right now is my newest book. Actually, is my most famous book, and it's Babes, Gore, and Dinosaurs. And then I have a new IP coming out here shortly called If It Hops, which I think is going to be absolutely banging in when it drops. And then I don't know. I do comic books. I do art. We're that small press company that is much bigger than we should be at this point in time. I think we're 29 different artists right now in our company, and everybody gets to swap between covers and do what they want to do and have a good time. So, yeah, man. I also work a lot with Australia, and I'm working on publishing some stuff for the Australian comic market over here in the United States. So lots going on, man. But we're grateful to be here. We love you guys, and just happy to hang out. You know, we've got a campaign right now. You know, Babes, Gore, and Dinosaurs 2 is live on Kickstarter right now. We've been live for 2 days, and we're working toward our third stretch goal right now.
See, it's all about the title. It's all about
yes, sir.
The title.
Yes.
Yeah, man, Babes, Gore, and Dinosaurs. You know, it's funny because The Listener was, speaking of titles, The Listener was so relevant to our lives, my wife and I, you know, because it had a lot to do with my Uncle Les. And so when we came out with Greed went whatever. Greed was part of the Listener storyline. But Babes, Gore, and Dinosaurs, we literally sat in the living room, and my wife was like, well, what are you going to call your new book? And I was like, I have no idea. She was like, well, it's got to be something good, right? And something catchy. And I was like, man, I was a big fan of Cadillacs and dinosaurs when I was a kid. And I was like, well, why don't we tell everybody what we're giving them? You know, let them know ahead of time. This is exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get great story. You're going to get a lot of action. You're going to get a lot of chicks wearing a lot of nothing. You know what I mean? So it's a good time. It's a great book, and it's much more than the sum of its parts, I think. So we like the title to bring you in, and, you know, the story keeps you there. So
that's the one of the things when we did the Ninja Bimbos book, we were actually just we were all just having a few drinks, coming up with the silliest B movie title we could think of.
Right.
And
so Oh, good.
And that's the one I came up with. And they're like, well, what would it be about? And I'm like, exactly what it says.
That's right.
High concept, man.
I remember. I think I wanted to create a comic at one point. Oh, well, I remember it was we had wrote a friend of mine. We had
No,
wrote
he's not wearing a wig.
No, that was my hair. That was my hair. Yeah, that was my hair. No, we had actually cut it at that point. So we had me and a friend. We did it was a final at school. It was 11th grade, and again, it was we thought it was funny to have a paper that made my teacher very uncomfortable called "Oh the Negrosity," and I thought it would be very funny to name a comic that, and nah. nah. I couldn't get anybody to I couldn't get anybody to co-sign and make it and help me out with it. Lola says, by the way, guys, that I can show you guys how. Yeah, she does. And it's funny because one of those pictures made me very uncomfortable. Lola has pictures back from when she used to have these weird hairstyles, but she too was a bit of a nerd.
I was shit. How old was I? I was 17 in those pictures.
Oh, guys, watch your hands.
Yeah.
So, well, I did want to say this.
What a cradle robin we got going on here.
See, you guys had mentioned the rocker look at one point.
There you go.
Look at that shirt.
Mhm.
Tell your girlfriend I said
I
thanks.
said thanks.
Hey,
I had that.
Lola, can you
With the tongue out and everything.
I had a
can you
shirt
share
like
the
that
link,
that said
please?
Yeah, I'm slowly doing that. I got a lot of links to share out.
Oh, someone asked. That's the only reason I asked.
I had a shirt similar to that said, or what did it say? It said, your girlfriend does that thing you like because I taught it to her or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I taught your girlfriend that thing you like. That's what it is. Yeah.
So yours
Yeah.
is better than mine. Mine was I wrestled all from junior high through high school and stuff, and my shirt was stupid. It was like, your girlfriend or the mat, What?
I'm going to play a game here, though, guys. And Lola doesn't know about this. It tests the strength and the bonds of my marriage every day, and I think I do that. I test the stability of my marriage every day when I wake up in the morning. It's like I wake up and like, can I get her to tap out today? It's today the day that she taps.
Oh no!
I'm gonna see. Let's see. Let's gauge Lola's face.
We got a super chat.
Oh,
It
hey,
says,
I like that
listen.
super chat.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Joseph, for that though. Joseph, you get to tell me, and you guys all get to tell me too. What do you guys think? I've been told this young lady that I dated at one point. I took her on a few dates. And I was told that I've been told, oh, Lola's much better. And okay, that's fine. I agree. But I was told, Varian, are you sure this wasn't a man? And I trust Vaughn.
Love you too, Joe. Can't wait to see you.
I trust Max. Not too sure about Dustin yet. But I want to check. Guys, was I setting myself up?
Mm.
You were just
a young man in love.
I mean,
she was older than me.
Yeah.
She was older than me. I don't know. She didn't want me doing comics.
I'm not going to say that.
I wouldn't date a girl who doesn't want me doing comics. She could fuck off.
Did you have an Adam's apple?
No, but you know what? And this is where you guys are gonna laugh. She was a dancer in Canada. She was.
So was I, but not in Canada.
No, not in Canada, but she did have a very large yeah. So I wasn't sure if it was a very large clitoris or a small penis, but I remember that's the only way I seen it. I never got a chance to. Anyway, yeah, that's wonder. Lola told me that's a man or balls. See, there we go. But you get to watch Lola's face. Watch this. Everyone, watch Lola's face. Watch it. Watch Lola's face. She can't stand this picture. Here we go. Her face just tilted up. It's great. I love it. But look.
If I had pictures of my exes, you'd be like, 'Cause all my exes had 6-packs.
That's right. That's right. I have a 6-pack. It's just covered by a lovely layer of protective fat. Lola, on the other hand, while she was that age, look at her.
What a badass.
Just go,
See, that was the chick I always had a crush on growing up, but like she
I
never
was
liked me
I
back.
was
'Cause she was too
getting
cool.
ready to go to JCW.
That's the problem with it. This picture, she showed it to me once, and I think I got rid of the original because it looks a lot like my sister.
Oh.
Here's a picture of my sister and me.
Reminds me of the band Kitty.
Now, there's my sister and me. There's my wife. My sister and me. Wife. I didn't touch Lola for a week. Now, Lola, I've ruined your show. You may get on to the rest of it. Oh, what other picture? Oh, you do have another picture here, don't you? Yeah, you got a lot of pictures in here. Wow. Why is it so blurry?
See you at the corn concert.
Yeah.
I was going to a JCW match.
Again?
That was before my hair was done.
How much bad wrestling could you look? Well, you watch WWE now.
That was before my hair was done, and then I got my hair done. Yeah, I was getting ready for JCW.
That's horrible. That's horrible. Did you bring up all those? Okay, they're on the private chat. Thanks again, Joe, for that.
Yes,
$20 super chat. Who's going first, Ms. Lola?
You guys need some sort of cool video for when super chats come in, so you can hit the button.
Yeah, that's dope. That's a cool ass idea. Like super chat.
Don't take my idea.
Definitely do that. Be kind of cool. Lola, what campaign are you gonna look at first, man?
You pick. You control the board.
Okay.
On the board.
You control the board.
All right. Random.
Joe wants to know if that was Rihanna.
No, before you.
Terror in the
Hey,
trenches.
hey.
There we go. Terror in the trenches. I know
Right,
who
you
that
guys.
is.
Whew. God, this was an insane thing to do. I didn't think I was going to actually ever make this book, and then I just ended up wanting to make nothing but this book. And Monica said, "Yep, this is what we have to make, Vaughn. Let's do this. I'm in 100%." So we started designing the characters, and I don't know. We could tell we had something special. This is the story of Black Terror, having hung up his mantle after some tragedy struck him in World War II. He's been living the life of a humble pharmacist in his New York neighborhood when vengeful Nazis from his past bomb the neighborhood trying to get at him. They level the whole place. He has to gas up again and get his superpowers and become Black Terror, and heads out into the trenches of what was his neighborhood to take them on and get his vengeance. So it's real simple, yet brutal, awesome story about a hero who's kind of struggling with himself, his own darkness, his own fears, while basically being an kind of a creepy hero that's not unlike the Scarecrow from Batman. When you get close enough to him, you see him as what you fear most. So different people have different reactions to that, but you see it, a lot of times it incapacitates people long enough for him to cut their head off with a trench knife and keep moving. So it's a really brutal book. It's my ode to Dark Avenger heroes. When I first went into a comic book store in the 80s, I was there to get Wolverine comics, Punisher comics, and Eastman and Layers and Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
And I wanted those violent I wanted comics that treated me like I was mature enough. I was just a kid, but my dad was like, "One Uncle Scrooge." I was like, "No, get that out of here." Like, we're going Wolverine, we're going Punisher, we're going Dark Knight Returns, stuff like that. Like, I walked into the shop and it changed my life. Like, there was that Dark Knight Returns poster on the wall. It was just amazing to me.
I was lucky enough that my comic shop, the behind the counter stuff that you're not supposed to be able to get until you're 18. The guy who ran the store, he didn't give a shit. He was like, "You want this book, kid? Take it."
Corrupt the youth. Let's do it.
So
That's cool.
I was reading like Boneyard Press books and Faust and stuff like that when I was very, very young.
I bet it was a good influence, man.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing. You can trust kids with the mature stuff. That's what I like about it. But
I don't know about my kid. My kid's violent,
depends,
and I'm afraid sometimes of him.
Well, Yeah, this luckily I didn't grow up violent from loving all my 80s violent stuff too that I think you might see as part of this. It's creepy because these characters Black Terror he's going up against, they're not normal. They're kind of mutated or super in their own ways. Everything from a woman who can explode energy outward from her body to a young sniper girl who has scopes for eyes and can like see you from across the way. So it's pretty cool. It's definitely like one of the something that I wrote kind of in the dead of night, really late, kind of just dealing with my own personal stuff. And didn't really think I would make, but I kind of felt like the character Black Terror isn't utilized the way he could be or should be. I feel like there was way more potential for coolness there. And when I read some of the recent comics on the shelves of him, I was kind of like disgusted, to be honest, man. I was like, I'm not into it. Like I feel like it almost was mocking him a little bit. And so I got that kind of spite driven, like creative burst that made me just start writing this and creating this. I was like, I can make this better. I can make him cool. Watch this type thing, you know?
But one second, we have another super chat from General
yeah.
Piggy. Terror in the trenches will be something of epic proportions.
Thank you, General Piggy.
And thank you for the super chat.
It's awesome. It is epic, but something I like about it is it's got that kind of John Carpenter feel of being mostly in one place, you know, in which is just ruin. It's just the ruin of his neighborhood is his battleground. And it's kind of made trenches that he's forced to kind of go through. And as he goes through them, you're seeing these flashbacks to what happened in World War II when he was in the trenches fighting there that kind of made him give up being a superhero for a bit.
Yeah. Do you want the video to be played? Can we show it?
The one up top, the video up top would be better than that one. That one's kind of funky. Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
That looks awesome.
Pretty
That was
dope.
really, really well done.
I'm definitely getting that one.
I have some pages that just came in today that we finished coloring. If you guys want to see them, that I'm sharing with you.
I like that Bruce Timm look. That's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely Bruce Timm on roids. I remember when that book, I don't know if you guys know Batman Animated. That book's great. Like that had such a big influence on me when it came out, and I just studied it and I started doing character designs kind of in the Bruce Timm style, you know, just learning from him back then. And so to do stuff like this now is like, I kind of see why I do it. It's like a big influence on me, you know.
I like the art style. It's fucking awesome.
Monica's killing it. This is Monica of Monster MD. She and I talked about doing more Monster MD in the future. We're definitely going to, but we were like, man, this terror idea could be so something else. It could be special, you know. So we've been like working on that for a while now, and it's finally coming together. And to see it come together with Tiago Barça, our colorist, man, it's exactly what I wanted. So I'm happy.
That's
it looks amazing.
Tiago doesn't even need that much direction. He just gets it. You know what I mean? So it's just so great to work with artists like Monica and Tiago. They bring it to life, you know?
Yeah, I keep talking about those comics I see occasionally, and it make me not want to draw anymore. Like,
Yeah.
and this, like when you see the art, you're like, why am I holding this pencil? Why do I have an art desk? I'm just gonna.
I would hope that it would make you want to draw more.
No, listen, I know when I'm licked.
Right. when you're like, why even, like, just enjoy the art, don't even bother.
Yeah, listen, look, I'd be the guy telling my coach to throw the towel in. I'm getting my ass whooped. Give me the towel.
Yeah. Right.
If I could just take what was in my head and translate it to the page, everything would be great. But I can't, so I just write it and let someone else figure it out.
Right. I'm so particular, you know, I like want to design everything and be like a part of that. But there's times when I'm like, hey, Monica, just go crazy, have fun with it, you know, design whatever you want for this. But it's, redesigning him has been awesome.
There's this part in one of my books, it was like, one of the scripts was like, here's this monster, and it needs to look creepy and kind of scary, but it doesn't matter much because next frame it's chopped in half.
I like the honesty. Yeah, man, this is I don't know. I'm happy with it. I guess I should say this green gas is called terror gas. It's how he gets his powers. This is a golden age character. A lot of people told me don't do this, and they were smart. I mean, they were right. Like, doing a golden age character is not something that is very like safe in terms of like making money or like being a success, but I felt like Black Terror could be, or at least what I could do with him could be cool enough.
So my question is this: it's going to sound silly, but it's a character that existed before that you're writing a book about.
This is a free to use public domain character from World War II days.
Right on. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. And so he's published by anyone could actually publish him, and you'll see Dynamite Comics publishing him sometimes. To this day.
Because he's in the public domain. Right on. Yeah, like Winnie the Pooh is now too. So
Winnie the Pooh just crossed the mark. Yeah.
Don't put the red shirt on him, and you're fine.
Right.
Oh, okay, cool. Good to know the rules. Man.
Yeah, the red shirt's the only rule. Yeah, for sure.
They can work him into this book.
I think Felix the cat is public domain, but there's something you can't do. It might be the bow tie or something.
Is it the bag?
It's something about Felix you can't do. Like, you can't put him on the cover or something. You can't put it. You can't call it Felix the cat or something. But
it's usually related to the name. The names, even though they go public domain, a lot of time the names are still trademarked by a company, which is separate from the copyright. So yeah, trust me, we deal a lot with that stuff. So
that's the case with Black Terror as well.
Yeah.
So my book couldn't be called Black Terror or have the words Black Terror on the cover.
That makes perfect sense for sure.
Terror in the trenches. Yeah, it's been like it's like I'm reinventing him, but I'm really not. Like, he uses gas to get his powers in the old days.
It's more like a reimagining.
Right, and it's got more of like a popper drug addict-y kind of feel, you know, where he has to inhale it more often. But there's also a lot of toxicity to it. When he inhales it, he gets all super and durable and fast and strong. But when he exhales it, the byproduct is a fear toxin, and that's what I was talking about with the scarecrow effect, you know. So that's why people will see him as these horrific things before, you know, suddenly before he kills him or whatever. So it's been something making this like kind of like translate to something I think is cooler than cool, you know, because I don't know, it ended up becoming kind of a drug metaphor a little bit, you know. I'm not like preachy about it at all, but it's like he kind of depends on this for his power, and kind of part of this story and the themes in this is addiction to power, you know. And so yeah, it worked out great. And also it's just creepy as hell, like green creepy, like glowing gas, like hell yeah, like I like shit like that.
Now, when are you launching this?
This is going to be on February 9th.
Awesome.
So they got to go over to the Indiegogo and sign up there.
Yeah.
Now, anything, Vaughn, you're going to give them for signing up early?
Sure am. I'm thinking we're going to give a card out to the people who signed up. And we're also going to give I like to do a link to a discounted bundle of like a lot of the cool things I'm going to be offering for 10 or 20 bucks off, something like that. Give people a little discount for supporting, being day one people.
I enjoy Monster MD, so I need to give the person. I missed it on crowdfunding, and then someone got it, and I'm like, "Can I borrow it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it was." And I was like, "I'm not giving this book back. It's awesome." But now I'll. I like that. So yeah, the Terror in the Trenches book. I know that this is one that I'll pick this one up.
Yeah,
You got
it's definitely got that cool, gritty '90s edginess to it, but it's a golden age hero brought to the day,
yeah.
and it looks like the reimagining is done really well.
Right.
So I definitely will probably pick it up.
Drawn
Thanks,
Talk
guys.
says Von might be making my most anticipated
I
book
would-
of 2022.
I would just say, like, your colors are outstanding. Your colors knocked it out of the park, man.
What's funny about that is I had seen his colors on other books in the past and just admired from afar, like, oh, that's a guy I'll never get to work with. He's so awesome, And then I was kind of having trouble finding the right colorist that fit this book. I worked with some amazing colorists, like some amazing people auditioned for this, but it just didn't feel like we were capturing what I wanted. And then I just kind of tried this guy, not even like this guy I had found on Facebook or something, not realizing it was that dude that I'd been admiring and wishing I could work with. And he was totally like, yeah, I'll do a test page. Sure. And then when I put 2 and 2 together that it was him, I was like, oh my God. Okay, cool. His test page, of course, blew my mind. So here he is on the team.
This is on Indiegogo. Von's going to be launching it very soon. You guys got to go over and check that out. Lola, I know you signed up.
Yeah, I did sign up already.
Sweet. So that means because I know it's going to go to the Indievote email. Okay, cool. So I'll make sure that we're there to check it out. Von, we got to get you on Pitches Be Crazy too. I think that'll be fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we got to. We'll get you on. We'll have a little talk to you about it.
Right on.
That's pretty cool. That's Terror in the Trenches Volume 1. Our radio listeners, go over there and check it out if you listen on Indievote Radio. It's on Indiegogo, Terror in the Trenches Volume 1. Launching very soon.
The link is in the chat. It will be in the description. Sorry, guys. I was slacking today and I was asleep.
Oh, by the way, Max, I banned you from Indievote yesterday. You know that?
Did you?
Yeah. Did you see Livewire last night? I banned you. I don't even know why you're here. Listen.
Because it's my show.
Yeah. Here's what happened. That's right. Here's what happened. We got Mary Machine Gun in for Liberty Distribution, right?
Yeah.
We got it, and I'm flicking through the book, and what do I find? But toward the end of the book, fucking werewolves. No warning, just raw dog werewolf.
Buddy, I've been sending you the pictures of werewolves for
It was just unexpected was all, and I had a fit. So I cussed you out on live stream. I said, "Hey, Max DeVille, fuck you and everybody who looks like you." I scared the shit out of me. That's all. I just want to tell you that. That's all.
That's good. That's good. It worked. Fernando's werewolf is he does a really good job. You'll feel better when the next one because the werewolves get theirs.
Here we go. The next one. I'm sorry. I just want to. I tell Max that I forgot to tell him, and I'd rather tell him before someone else does it and makes it seem like I really meant it. Like, hey, he said, "Fuck you."
Yeah, hey, it was all like, "Fuck you, man," because you showed werewolf. And I just send you more werewolf pictures.
Dinosaurs.
Babe's going down. So this is Dustin's project. Dustin.
Yes, sir.
Tell these folks about it. I'll let Lola do all that. I'm still making his live wire. It's not. I'll shut up.
You're fine.
I just own the network. It's fine.
Dustin, you got to 90 backers.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Super excited. Like
it was 89 before we.
Yeah, I appreciate. I'm sure that was y'all. Was that y'all?
No, it was not me.
Okay. But there's this is our third IP, ongoing IP, bi-monthly books. We've been putting them out for a year. This is our 9th book in just over a year. They've all been wildly successful, especially this series. This series has really vibed with people. It's about a world where humans and humanoid anthropomorphic dinosaurs exist together in a city. It's very cyberpunk type of deal. It's a lot of fun, bright, beautiful colors, your pinks, your blues, your greens, and stuff. But it's about a retired mercenary named Ricky who opens a gentleman's club called Piece of Tail. And for this issue, we're picking right up where we left off for issue 1. We're dealing with some stuff because Ricky hired a new dancer in the club, and she's brought all kinds of problems to him. So in
I
this
still gotta
issue,
read issue 1.
oh man, so much fun, so much fun. So he's in this one. He's just trying to do his own thing. He's going to, he's going to a spa, and
Yes, it is a monster.
they come at him at the spa. So it's a lot of fun. We also introduced with this one our fifth IP, or our fourth IP, which is If It Hops. The preview for If It Hops is in this Kickstarter as well. The 8-page preview, a lot of fun with that. But yeah, man, it's babes, gore, and dinosaurs. I mean,
Can we play the video?
please, by all means.
Do it.
Piece of tail. How may I serve you?
How's it going? My name is Justin Burnell, founder of Ethereal Publications. My team and I are pleased to bring you Babes, Gore, and Dinosaurs Issue 2. This exciting return to Center City is sexy, gory, and oh so predatory. Everything you can hope for in a multiplex horror is here. Pre-order on Kickstarter today.
And the epic music swells right when the Steph Wilson piece shows. I bet you that gave him that made his dick hard.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. He and I. We got a lot of shows booked this year and stuff. But we normally do these elaborate videos for stuff like this. But it was like, man, look, we've been around the block a few times. Let's give people what they want to see. I can't keep showing my own ass on these videos every time I make one. Normally I come up and I talk to people and I'm like, hey, how are you? Da 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 da. And it was like, we're just gonna, meat and potatoes this time. So
we did videos for the first couple issues that we put out, and then for the next couple issues we haven't done any video, and we just haven't seen a difference.
I can answer that. What's going on, Kara? I can answer that, Joseph. There is Dino Dick in that issue. Issue 2 does have a phallus in it. So
scaly Dino Dick.
There's no yeah, that's true, Kara. Kara's got a cover on this book. Further down, you guys will see it.
Yep.
But yeah, it was a conversation about ethics. That's why you guys got Dino Phallus in this book. Because someone told me once, we were having a conversation about the Batman Damned book, and somebody said I wouldn't do it. So for 20 of the 24 pages of this book, Ricky is naked in this book. So, a lot of fun. Great. It's not a porn, I promise. It is a lot of fun, though. We have a good time with it. Yeah, you got to read issue 1, dude. I have a packet for Kara with issue 1 in it and a couple other things that I'm sending their way. But there is some action like that in issue 1. If you have a copy of it, you should definitely read it, and you'll find out the exact answer to that question.
Yeah, that dinosaur Ricky there, that red guy, he doesn't look too herbivorish.
No, not in the least. He's an Allosaurus. He's a lot of fun. Like he's a really good dude. He's like that character that we all know that's like looks like a badass and is real soft on the interior, you know. So he's a great dude. Mad fun to write that guy. Really enjoy that. Yeah, these are some of the interior pages that Bladen's Bladen did with David Ocampo. David Ocampo colors a few of my titles. Great guy to work with. And then Bladen also does If It Hops, all the interiors for If It Hops. If It Hops is about a special agent in the city of Eden, and all of it's fallen to pieces, and she's like stuck in the middle of it. She's kind of ditzy, a lot of fun, super happy individual, but she can put that face on, and that's it. You know what I mean? So that's more of like a cop drama. And that'll be out in a couple of months. We'll drop the first issue of that.
She got big boobs too.
She does.
Any art to show?
There is, yeah. If you scroll down further, there's an interior page of If It Hops as well. But yeah, we've had a lot of fun with. Oh, there's a page from If It Hops.
There we go.
Yeah, I got to see the uncensored version of that one.
I think the art speaks for itself, and we're really trying to show people how clean our styles are. When we bring into these books, because that's the same artist working on both those books and the same colorist, and it's so very different if you look at them. Super fun. We are on our third tier for unlocks right now, so super excited about that. Super grateful, but for everybody that's back the book.
I have discovered that the key to indie comics fame is to create yourself a red dinosaur. Eric, Dreaded Dinosaur. He's got Dreaded Dinosaur, man. Red Dinosaur. You got the red dinosaur. Now, someone else. I think Sim has a red dinosaur. Guess who's about to get a red dinosaur? Me. Only difference is mine's gonna have blue eyes.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I guess I need to put a red dinosaur in Mary Machine Gun.
Yeah,
we're doing it. It's the Red Dinosaur Squad.
Redosaurus.
Yeah. Hashtag Red Dino Head. That's
right. The hashtag that actually goes along with this book is Naked Dinosaur John Wick, actually. But yeah, mad fun. The next unlock is a nude version of the mini print that we've already unlocked. We've got a couple other
I've got to get better headphones.
And then
Dustin, I could have sworn you said the hashtag for this book is Naked Dinosaur Long Dick. I'm sorry.
No. John Wick, sir. John Wick.
Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta get better headphones.
If you make it through the book, you'll find out exactly how long that dick is, though. I promise.
Sweet Jesus. Okay. All right. I'm done. I quit. I'm done.
See, they were all concerned about Batwang. Now you're gonna see Dino Dick.
That's right.
Fossilized phallus.
That's right. Going down.
Alliteration is just everywhere tonight.
You'll see the all our covers are involved. One cool thing about this particular campaign that we've done is we've made all the rest of our library available as add-ons, because Kickstarter's made it super easy now to do that. So we wanted to make sure everybody could catch up if they wanted to. We've got I think we've got 8 or 9 covers for this one. That's Bladen's cover. Super cool. A lot of fun with that one too. This is the wraparound cover that Bladen did. So the front is covered and the back is uncovered for that particular cover. It's a lot of covers. Jen's cover is colored by Gwen Dallegalt, and you'll see that in the next couple days. Cock cover is actually April Reyna. You'll see her cover down a little bit lower, Joseph. She tried to get me to do that for this issue, and I did not. So it may happen in the future. That particular cover is Devin Matthews, and most people that enjoy the feminine figure will probably know the name. He's been doing Cave Woman for almost 20 years, if not longer, round about that amount of time. Great dude, super solid artist. Gwen's also coloring that one. Really excited to put that out there for you guys.
Gwen's fantastic.
Yeah, I guess Dr. Comics does need a dino porn now. I will think of something.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. A bunch of people were like, "How far are you going to go?" And I was just like, I like the edge. You know what I mean? I like playing the edge.
I'll think of something for Shark.
All the best artists do.
Just leave it
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Jim Noble. Jim Noble will make dinosaur porn.
Well, that was what he was trying to get me to do with it, and I was like, "No, Jim, no, Jim." But yeah, then you get your Stealth
No,
Wasteland
Jim.
covers. He has, he's normally got 2 to 6 covers on my campaigns. So, but this one came out really cool. He had a lot of fun with this one, because they go into this room in the book where you get your private sauna areas, and they're holographic. So you go in like a traditional sauna, like a spa back in the day.
Is that a background?
Yeah, he's got a background in there, yeah, for sure. So, but you would get a ticket when you went into the spa back in the day, and then you would take it and you would hand it to somebody that was working there, and they would put whatever instances and whatever your ticket said on it. So instead, we use this VR concept where you would go in and you would tell them what you wanted your surroundings to look like and what you would want to see and what you would want to smell, and that's where it comes from. But mad fun. It's not going to get anything but wilder as we keep going. But there's JT Malloy's cover. I absolutely loved it because he was like, I got to put babes, gore, and dinosaurs on my cover. So that was a fun one. And then he's got a nude for his too, because he wasn't going to be left out of that in any way, shape, or form. So JT's a wonderful human being. And then there's Kara's cover. She did a cover for book 1 as well. Beautiful photographs. They take awesome. Her and Alfred, they take awesome photos. So it was a no-brainer. And as far as I'm concerned, she's always welcome to do a cover for us. So super nice group of people. And then there's April's cover. April works on almost all of my books. She's great. A lot of fun to work with. She was like, man, but I wanted to show a realistic take on our characters. Like, what would it look like if they were just chilling in between shifts or whatever the hell they were doing? And I was like, man, it's so cool because our whole world, like I mentioned, is very cyberpunk and very bright colors and stuff. So to see her sit on the rooftop, just chilling with a cigarette with the old, it was very punk to me, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. And I'll be with her next week in Orlando at VillaCon. So Bladen's cover would have been already done. It's further along than that now, but it would have already been completed. We actually had another book that was in this time slot that we had to push. So thankfully, the teams were already working on the book, so we were able to get it ready. But he'll have it done. And there's Steph's covers for the If It Hops preview,
which I've seen all over Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, that's everybody's favorite right now, man.
Yep. Hey,
ride
that wave.
I'm very grateful, man, because I'm telling you, I got that vibe. Like Vaughn was talking about his book and the vibes you get. I knew when we put BGD out, it would be something. I did not know it would triple the sales of my other books. You know what I mean? So if it hops, it would surprise me if it didn't pop off. Because it's just It's fun. The character's cute. It's just as gory and dark as our other books. And a lot of people like Zootopia, but they're adults and they wonder what it would be to have that adult world like that. And that's what we write with the City of Eden. So I'm really, really stoked about it.
That's really cool.
Because no holds bars there, man. I'm not pulling any punches in this book. So, and then we've got our Titbit Nipply shirt. So, really stoked about that. That was a joke between Mike DeBalfo and myself, and it came to fruition. So, yeah, good stuff. And then we do foils. We do lava foils because they seem to be the most popular right now. So we definitely do our lava foils. We also do metals, and the metals come out looking beautifully.
Wow.
Metal covers usually are awesome, badass.
Yeah, I am super thrilled with the way they've been coming out. Like I said, I got 17 of them in today, and they're absolutely stunning. So I can't wait to see the BGD metal covers come in.
And it makes you feel good being able to pick it up and be like, I can't ruin the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. One cool thing that we've done for folks is we went in and we added the digital library, because a lot of people can't, they can't get physical books. So we wanted to make sure we gave them the ability to pick up every title that we had. So we went in and we made PDFs for every issue, specifically for this campaign. And then we've also gone in and we've started doing cool things that we're going to do for each campaign now. With each individual will get their own artists, like spotlight is what we've been calling them so far. So like you can go in and pick up every cover that Steph Wilson has done for us on any book on this particular campaign. You can also get all Bladen's covers that he's done on the multiple books in this campaign. The next one will have like April's, and it'll have I'll probably have Kara's on there on the next one. So yeah, all kinds of cool stuff, man. We're very, very grateful. And this book has we only ran the campaign. We were only doing it for 3 weeks. So this is where we're at right now in a day or 2 days now. So we're very thankful, and we're excited that people are feeling it,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking stoked. I hope you guys enjoy it, because most of you guys will end up getting PDFs from me with it, or you'll see it somewhere, you know what I mean? So if you enjoy it, reach out, man. Holler at me, because I'm always down to bullshit about comic books.
And this is Babes, Gore, and Dinosaurs issue 2 over on Kickstarter. You guys got 20 days left. So when this airs on the radio,
Looks cool.
you'll have like 19 days left.
Right.
But yeah, pop over there and check it out. So Dustin's trying to get up to, look, he needs like $5,000. That $4,458 is not gonna cut it. I talked to the Mancuso family. He's in deep. They're threatening to break his fucking knees, they said.
Yeah. Well, when you take out loans to make good books, you got to pay those loans back. So
yeah, or those Mancusos, man. This is really a family that ain't Mancusos. They're gonna like fucking kill me now.
No, it'll be me, because they're gonna be like, he borrowed money from a family member.
This fucking eggplant's talking out there. It's gonna be horrible.
No.
I'm married to an Italian. I can make those jokes.
My family's last name is Purgatory, so.
Which is horrible. Purgatory. Bye.
Purgatory.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She should have kept the last name. She settled for Grant. That's fucked up. She shouldn't have took that. There's Tori. Hey, man. Tori, I did get your message.
I got your message too, Tori. I will message you back. I promise.
That's funny.
All right, there we go. 100% Comics. We know who this is. This is Mr. Will.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Will, there's a way.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on. Just to give a little bit of background about who we are and what we're doing. I'm a guy who literally has just loved comics my entire life. And then one day I woke up and I said, I get this thing where when I get an idea, I like it eats at me until I do it, kind of thing. And so I was like, I love comic books. Why don't I publish a comic? And then I was like, well, I can't draw for shit. And I can't, I can write a little bit, but I was like, so what can I do? And I said, well, I've always been good at kind of the editorial, the business side of stuff, right? So I'm part of a kind of a collective of artists and comic fans and creators. And so we just started talking, and I'm like, why don't we put together, if anyone has like just pages laying around that like you never had published, you never did anything with, give them to me. Let me just put them together just to learn how to do this, right? And so that's how it all started. We just built an anthology, and that was our first. It was called HPC Anthology. That was our first thing, and it was just literally us, a bunch of artists giving me just pages of random stuff, and me figuring out how to put them together and publish it, right? And then what happened is I kept thinking about like, oh, I want to keep doing this, right? I want to keep building these books, but I also like have to figure out how do I make this like what do I do with these, right? Like what can I needed a focus, right? And really what I wanted was something like I wanted something with a little bit of fuck you attitude, right? A little bit of just a little bit. I wanted something that felt still kind of like it had like a zine attitude, right? Like old like punk show zines, right? And something, I mean, I came from the world of undergrounds, like that's my jam, right? So that's kind of like I wanted something with that. And so we started figuring out what can we do with these. And I'm like, well, I can try to sell these mags, but I'm not trying to make money off of other people's creations, right? So what can we do to kind of square that circle, right?
That's very uncomic book industry of you, by the way.
I know. So what we did is we said, well, why don't we? I mean, the first issue and the first couple issues of our zine, we were getting a bunch of kids that had like never been published before. We had gotten students from like I made friends with a guy who's kind of my consulting editor, and he helped hook me up with a bunch of kids that were just like comic students, right? And so we started just going, well, let's put them in the book, right? Like, because some of them just have amazing voices, right? They're drawing things, or they're from an underprivileged community, or they're just voices you don't see in comics very often, right? And so we pulled a bunch of that stuff together and built the next issue, right? And so those first 3 issues you can see there of the HPC magazine are those. And then we started getting more people kind of interested in what we were doing, and we were getting more successful with these, right? And just literally just on pre-sales, right? We didn't do Kickstarter or any kind of campaigns. We were just like, hey, I put this thing together. Who wants to pre-order it? And then I take sales and then publish it, right? And so then then a buddy of mine comes to me and he goes, well, we want to do this parody of the Weapon X comic, right? And so he just posted this idea in the kind of collective group and says, I want to do this. What should we do? Kind of in the vein, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the like bootleg comics like Shitty Watchmen or Shitty Dark Knight or any of those kind of things where like these indie artists do these kind of jams like that are kind of a parody play on these. And he said, I want to do that, but I want to do Weapon X, right? The Barry Windsor Smith, the great
Classic.
Marvel Weapon X book, right? And so I told him, I'll tell you what, if we put it together, I'll publish the thing, and let's just see what happens. And I'd only published these like little mags before, right? And they were all little, like I said, a lot of small press artists people knew. So then we start putting Weapon X together, and that was the name. I mean, you can see it there on the screen. This book came out this past year, was our biggest release yet. Every dime from all of our sales, what we started to do was collect all that money and go, well, how can we give back to the community? And so what I also did last year was start what we call the Make More Comics Arts Grant. And the idea was, the idea came from like, and everyone knows the story of the Zarek Grant, right? In indie comics, right? Like the next generation of cartoonists, the people that are powerful and strong and just amazing artists now, they came out of that, right? I always cite people like Jeff Lemire and Tom Scioli, right? Those creators came out of the Zarek Grant. So I was like, well, but that Zarek Grant disappeared a few years ago, and we're like, well, what can we do? Can we like recreate that, And that's what we did. And last year we gave out for the first time our first grant with $500, a direct cash payment to a creator. We just had open submissions. We gave a submission guideline and said, send in your work. And we're going to put it before a judge panel of like comic fans and people that we know. And they selected the winner, and I just cut them a check for $500, right? Straight up. And so with the sales of these books this year, from any book that you see on my webpage, it goes into the next grant, right? And this year's grant, which right now is open submissions, we're accepting submissions until March 31st right now. Then you can go to makemorecomics.com to see the submission guidelines. But we're accepting submissions now, and if you get selected, the winner will receive a direct cash payment of $1,000. So we were able to double that payment based just on the sales of Weapon X, right? Just on this book. And this is the first like black and white. I mean, it's the first perfect bound book that we ever made.
It's sick.
Yeah. It's the full story. It's the entire Weapon X story retold as a parody by over 50 different creators.
How many pages is that?
140 something.
Okay.
Yeah. And every page is different. Some people chose, the beauty of this book was what we did, the way we prompted it was we said, we had everyone pick a page, right? And they could pick up to 5. I think 5 was our limit. And we said, you can pick up to 5 pages, and we tracked it on a spreadsheet. And we said, the prompt is use the original page just as your starting point. So, and then do something new, right? And so some people literally just kind of recreated the page. Some people went and did a parody of the page, right? Some people went and said, well, if I was the artist on this page, how would I have done it? Right. And kind of blocked the entire page. Right. And so it's just this whole weird mix. It's more, I like to say it's more of an art book than a comic, right? It's not really readable in the traditional sense because every artist is different, every page is different. But if you sat down with like the original Weapon X book and this, and then sit there and like flip through them together and look at the way the artist chose to interpret the pages, that's really where the fun comes in, right? And this book was such a, I mean, it was the biggest pre-order. I was shooting for a very small publishing number, and we more than doubled that like in a week just from pre-order. So I was like, oh, whoa, like this is a much bigger thing than I expected. And then the other thing we do is we sell the digital copies as well, and we tell everyone bootleg them. Right, because again, we like that little punk rock fuck you attitude, right? So we tell people download the digitals, make your own bootlegs, and show us what they look like, right? Because we're big on kind of self-publishing and make your own things, and just kind of keep. The goal is, to me, I always want to keep comics in like the hands of the people. You know what I mean? And make sure that they're still accessible. And then we want to then use those cash payments from the Make More Comics Arts grants to raise up voices and new people doing those things and get them that exposure, right? The first Make More Comics Arts grant was given out this year. It's given to a guy named Chad Ballou. It goes by Chad in Amsterdam. If you Google Chad in Amsterdam, you'll find him. And he makes these amazing, like, independent slice of life comics that are very much in the vein of like Harvey Pekar, American Splendor, right? Like really raw, down to earth, like his life, kind of on the comic page with a bunch of different artists. So they're just really neat, amazing books that we were like, he'd released 5 issues and we'd never heard of this guy, and we're like, what is this guy doing? These are amazing, So we were able to give him a cash payment. I mean, he literally just released both issue 6 and a new anthology that he edited with that kind of money. So it really helped inspire him, and that's what we're continuing to push. So if you buy if you buy anything from our website from 100% Comics, all that proceeds goes to that. And then I also on the other back end, I deal in old like back issue comics. Anything you buy from me there also goes into that grant. So we literally use comics to create more comics.
That's awesome.
Killer, man.
I want to talk. I want to tell you, Will, about the Poor Varian Foundation, where you can donate all that money to me. I'll give you my contact information later. Don't worry, I'll give you my Cash App, my Venmo. Listen, I'm telling people, you guys don't believe. I will CGI some flies on my face. I will play Sarah McLachlan, Arms of an Angel. Oh my God. I gotta get that bag somehow.
Well, and it was the part of the thing was we wanted to get these artists exposure, but we didn't have a lot of money to start with, and we wanted to make sure, again, like I said, I wasn't trying to make money off of other people's work, right? So that's part of why we did it this way, to make sure, hey, literally every artist in here was volunteer, right? Not one artist got paid. And they did it because it supports the grant, right? And that's the way it is for all our books. The anthology mag, the HPC, I do offer a very small cash payment for like the cover art and a couple things, but just mostly, I mean, it's tiny, right? Like it's not rate at all, but it's just a little. Because I'm selling that thing myself, I kind of feel bad to not give them something. So. But yeah, pretty much. I mean, every bit of profit from any of the merch, any of the books, everything goes to support that grant. So, if you guys want to buy anything, know where that's going.
One thing before you wrap this up, I want to tell you something. First of all, it needs to go to me. Do you know what my last name is? It's Grant.
Well,
like I applied. There's a medical company called Varian, and they have a grant they do every year. And when I got out of high school, I applied for the Varian grant. And I imagine when they got that application, they were like, "This kid is like trolling us." They were nice. They sent me a keychain, a T-shirt, and a very nice letter letting me know Don't ever do this again. And then we're not sending you any money. And so Varian Grant cannot get the Varian Grant. That's okay.
Yep.
I'm going to copyright my fucking name and fix those bastards. Sue them for years.
And
I don't care. But I do like that. I want to get you on special issues or show that's like super serious. And I wear a sports blazer and a tie, and I talk about because I think that's cool that you're helping out. You know, you're giving artists money.
I'm working on an article with him too. Don't worry.
The only thing that you said that sound comic booky is when you said none of the artists in the book got paid. That's the only thing that sounds industry standard.
Well, that's you know, I mean, that's the thing is all these artists that work, they're amazing artists, and what we do is we try to give them is we tell them to undercut us, right? Like I tell them like if you want to order copies of Weapon X, if you were one of the artists, I charge them at cost. And then tell them you can charge whatever you want. You know, you can undercut me if I'm selling them $20 on the website. They're getting them for, you know, less than half of that, and then they can go. They can charge $12 and sell them at their booths or whatever, right? And I tell them to do that. We purposely price them that way, right? Because it's in the end we're all here. We're the goal of all of this is to support these artists, you know, and give them new ways and to show off their work and to display their skills. And so many of them now are just so they're just such amazing artists. And in the group, they post, you know, their Kickstarters or whatever, and everyone supports them. And I don't know, it's super inspiring to watch and see some of these artists grow. That cover right there that you're looking at on Weapon X, that's Sam J. Royale. If you've not seen him or seen his work, he does an awesome book called Dishoom. His first issue's out, the second issue's out coming soon. I mean, just really amazing artwork, like all in that style. You know, we got pages. Our next book's coming out. We got a few pieces in the works. One is a book that's basically the same thing, kind of a shitty bootleg like Weapon X, but it's based on Batman Year One. And that one has covers by a guy named Tony McMillan. I don't know if any of you guys have seen his comics, but if you haven't, you better, because I mean, this guy's amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing artist. And then we have I licensed characters from Steve Bissette, and we're doing some Image 1963 parody books, kind of with Steve Bissette's licensed characters. Those are coming out soon in a book called Giant Size 63. And then we have a book called, we just launched a book of fan art around, I don't know if you guys follow like Jim Rugg at all, but he's releasing this Hulk Grand Design book here soon. So we're collecting a bunch of like Hulk art and then like Hulk fan art, and we're calling it Hulk Fan Design, right? And in honor of kind of Jim Rugg and his work, because he's been a big supporter of all. I mean, Jim Rugg has been super, super helpful with a lot of this stuff. So he's been supportive of our community. So we're kind of making that to kind of give back to him. So, it's all about that.
I like these because, you know, it's like, you know, parody books. Like I was thinking about, I said, you know, we should do like an indie vote parody book with all these indie characters. I thought it would be kind of funny. Yeah. And then I thought about how sensitive some of these motherfuckers are. And I said, nah, because I can imagine, you know, somebody calling me out and getting mad because I made their character do
Russell
something.
just did the card game, dude.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, somebody would give me permission and then turn around and complain after they give me permission. Seriously. I mean, I shit you not. I've seen people like, I've begged people not to do something. I won't go too much into it, but I begged someone not to do something. And they told me they would not do it. And then they turned around the very same day and did it. And now that it blew up in their face, it's my fault. I can't believe it. This shit is bizarre as hell. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. This shit is bizarre. I can't believe it.
Yeah, see, because this could be applied to anything. I'm talking like in the bedroom with Lola, she could have been playing with your ass.
What am I gonna be involved?
Max, I see your website is
Max, I'm booting you now. You're no longer my co-host.
And the link to 100% Comics is in the chat. That looks really cool. I'm gonna probably pick up that Weapon X because I mean I'm a big Wolverine fan. Yep. So I'm gonna send you like really like Will. If you make fun of Wolverine, you have to understand like I will like make a voodoo doll of you. What I'm probably gonna do is one of my Prince Petty jokes. Is like I'm gonna send you like a box full of like needles, and they'll look like they're used syringes, but they won't be. But they'll look like it. And a couple of them poke you, and scares the shit out of you for a couple weeks. That's fine. You pick on Wolverine, you got to suffer. Why don't you pick on like Iceman or something? Like he's easy.
Well,
that's
some of the guys, some of the guys in the book did do, like I said, some of them made like parodies. One guy like changed pages with like Wolverine into where it was Jesus and did this weird like religious motif. Some guys did one of my favorite ones, and I'll just show this page here quickly. This dude turned Wolverine fighting the bear into Krusty the Clown. Fighting, like
that you turn the Wolverine to City Crown. That's by far.
Naked
I want the name of that artist.
Yeah,
I'm sitting in the Mancuso family there now.
Wolverine.
That looks cool. Well,
yeah,
Wolverine versus Sabretooth, but make it Peter Griffin and the chicken.
That'd be a good one.
I'm drawing Will tonight in all kind of various poses. I'll fix you, Will. I'll fix you. I'll get you, Gadget. Real quick, Max. I said Matt. I'm sorry, Max. I seen that you put Atrocity Press link in the thing. I know that you have a lot of stuff, a lot of books that have werewolves in them. So if you gotta listen, you gotta give alerts. You guys think I'm bullshitting. I know Lola's getting ready to wrap the show up, but I want to say that warnings, because I didn't know this, and we actually had a question that someone sent in. We didn't get around to doing it, but it was just, hey, do you actually believe in putting warnings on your comic, like trigger warning, like on the cover or inside front cover? And I was like, fuck no. And then something happened, guys. Last week, for like the first time in like months, I played the Avengers game that came out on PS4 and PS5 and Xbox. Since they added the Wakanda mission with Black Panther, they added a trigger warning. Now, the first thing I said, oh, they probably added a trigger warning because hey,
it's for pussies.
You may have never. No. I thought they're gonna have a trigger warning.
No, the trigger warning they put is for pussies.
I thought maybe the trigger warning is, hey, there's gonna be a lot of black people, and some of you have never seen this many in one place before. But no, it was actually different. It was an arachnophobia warning because there are robot spiders in the game. Giant, huge ass cyborg spiders, and somebody's arachnophobia could get triggered. And I was like, really? I mean, I'm not making fun of anybody who's got arachnophobia because Lola doesn't like spiders, but she's not afraid of a robot spider on TV with like missiles on its back.
Yeah, who's gonna be scared? I mean, that has to be a joke.
No, it's super serious. So when this lady messaged me and said she would appreciate trigger warnings on indie comics, I was gonna respond and be snarky about it, and then that happened, and I'm like, maybe we should, but maybe now I'm thinking like the perfect person to do it is Max. Max, put trigger warnings on your comics.
There's no trigger warnings on any of our comics because all of our comics is nothing but there's nothing but triggering content. So
it should have a nothing but triggering content stamp on it.
Exactly.
Bond's got a book of werewolves too, so like nobody warns me. Can you guys at least put a little variant warning, like variant in your next book? There's a little small little text.
Originally,
Variant.
it was called Mary Machine Gun Lupus Finari, which is Latin for wolf hunt. So,
if you warn people that spiders are coming, they're not going to be as cool or scary.
Right.
But if it's just robot spiders, you're on your own, arachnophobes. Like, get over it.
Well, the other thing is too, because does that mean we got to go back and put a trigger warning on Wild Wild West?
Once you, that's what I was just thinking about Wild Wild West. Like, once you give into one, you're gonna have to give into all the others, and it will just turn into how many trigger warnings are we gonna sit through, guys?
It'd be like
content.
15 minutes at the beginning of the movie. It'd be like, you could be triggered by smoking. Like it tends to tell you everything that's going to happen in the movie before you watch it.
It's like, by the way, there'll be death in this movie. Max, these are your books, and I know that I don't know if you want us to actually show them. Yeah, but they are on sale. I want one of these hoodies. That's what I'm trying to get. One of these hoodies here.
Max, I need one of those tanks so I can wear it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was asking what your size was.
I messaged you.
Yeah, I know. I got you.
Okay.
I don't get a hoodie. That's why. See, I'm not going to try to get mine like sneaky links. No, I'm gonna pay for mine. It's gonna be great. But no, I think Max books are great, and also I wanted to mention that Max's books are also now, some of them, not all of them, Mary Machine Gun Reloaded and Mary Machine Gun 2 also came to Liberty Entertainment Distribution Group, LEDG.US, which is a company that puts independent comics in comic shops. I ought to know because I own it, and it's doing really well. So, but we're excited to add Mary Machine Gun 2 that list of books.
We're excited to be there.
Yeah, it was Max sent the box of books and we got them in the warehouse and they're all sorted now and pretty. And I still have to bag and board them because we bag and board all the books we send out. Also, Lola, it's not the card's not here, but I should mention that there is if you guys are using Gemini mailers, please use code Lola size is Volt 10 VOLT 10 if you're using comic book Gemini comic supply VOLT 10. You can save 10% on your comic book Gemini boards. Make sure that you don't send bent comics out in the mail because people get mad when they get a book and it's bent up. So again,
did you see the one that just got sent out? Larry posted it on Twitter.
No,
some fulfillment company did it, and all they did was they threw a book in a box with a little bit of paper on top of it, and it's just the book bounced around the whole way in, and the corners are all tore up and bent.
Oh man, you know what? I mean, I don't have. That sucks. I don't have the Griff King logo here, or the new Griff King intro here. I don't think, but crap, that would be great because that's a big Griff. That's we put a
Amazon just did that to me. I bought the new Aliens trade paperback from Marvel, and they sent it to me. And you know what's crazy? Amazon's literally like only an hour like west of me right now, and anyway, it came in a box, this big ass box, one trade paperback, big ass box with nothing in it, not even any paper but the book.
I just seen the picture. It's pretty bad.
It was.
Wait a minute, Lola, you got to share that.
Well, it's gonna show it shows the name of the book. Pixel originally, I think it was Pixel originally shared it, and yeah.
They sent out a shit book. Why do I care what the fuck it is?
All right, hold on.
I mean, they made a mistake. I get it, but
hold on.
Apparently, it was a fulfillment company.
Wasn't them.
There you go.
Let's see here. Blow it up.
Bro, that looks better than my book. I promise.
Oh, okay. Plot holes. Okay. I almost said it says Sean Hannity's plot holes. I'm sorry.
Show the other picture. It shows the corner, the damage on the corner.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Still looks better than my book. I promise. My book was like almost folded in half.
That deserves one, Lola.
It does.
That deserves one. Here we go. To that fulfillment company, you get the Griff King Award. Everybody sit tight. Quick video. Cover the children's ears, though. Here we go.
Holy shit, oh fucking care. Fucking bullshit. Son of a bitch, what the hell?
I'm trying to help you, motherfucker.
Trying to help you.
Varian, that wasn't your voice, right?
No. My voice is here. Here's my female voice.
Hey, it's Belle from Liberty Entertainment Distribution. We've got quality indie comics in hand ready to ship to you now. Yes.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a segue. I'm
Yeah, no, that was a lot of computer audible. Thank you. Thank you.
Helium.
Thank you, Voice Mod. Another program. Yeah, that was Corey's voice. That was Max's voice. Yeah, that was guys. Lola, you gonna wrap the show up? I've been varying Grant, and I need to go take my pain meds. Otherwise, I'm not going to sleep tonight. So,
where can we find you at?
KYD_V. Almost said KY Jelly. Wow. KYD_V on Twitter. You can find me.
Funny thing is, KY used to be my initials.
Yeah.
Now it's KG.
Yeah. So it's you can find me online. Variant Grant. Find me on Facebook. LastCallComics.com. WhenWeRiot.com. My personal site, which I've been contacted a few times about now because I made that site before any crazy shit happened, and yeah, they were like, "What's the meaning of your site?" I'm like, I'm an artist. There's no art on here. I'm like, geez, thanks. It's only a picture I drew, you know. Anyway, yeah, so check that out. Please check out Liberty Entertainment Distribution Group, ledg.us. Don't take any fees from creators at all. So you keep a lot of your money. You keep more of us. You set your own prices. If you're a retailer, we have a buyback pledge, meaning if a book doesn't sell, you can get it back to Liberty. We will return your money or trade you for a book that will sell. Check me out tomorrow morning, Thursday morning at 9 a.m. for Indie Book Breakfast Buzz. I have no idea what I'm doing tomorrow, but it's gonna be fun. Well, I'll wing something together. It'll be great. And yeah, that's it.
Hell yeah.
Dustin.
Holy cow.
You got to follow that.
yeah. So you can look up my name like no bullshit in any form of social media, and you'll find me. It's really easy. All my stuff is open to the public, so you guys are welcome to shoot the shit and holler at me whenever you want. I'm pretty good about answering everything. I don't have one of those people just yet that answers my shit. I answer it myself. So unlike Varian, he's got a crew of people that answers all his questions and whatnot. So I stuck to it alone. But I think we're on everything from Instagram to Twitter, Facebook. The only thing I don't use right now is I don't use Discord and I don't use Twitch. Those are the only two mediums I don't use, and that's literally
You've got a TikTok.
Well, I don't even, that doesn't exist in my world, so we're not even going there. But no,
I was going to say, I've got to see Dustin Brunel's TikTok.
Yeah, no. The last one we did was, well, it wasn't even a TikTok, but it was when we were eating that fucking chip, and Jim spit it out, and I ate the whole damn thing, and I almost died. But no, I the only reason I don't use them is because I'm working right now with macros so that I can post everywhere at one time. It's very difficult for me to keep up with social media without having a way to do it quickly. So I'm not ignoring anybody if you holler at me or anything. But anyway, yeah, just look me up anywhere. I don't use pen names or anything like that. I am super easy to get a hold of.
Vonster. As we're taking a drink.
Oh, I gotta get my mouth lubed for this one. So guys, thanks so much for having me. This has been awesome to see people like Dustin and Will making these types of comics that I'm just like in love with at first sight, and getting all these great artists together that you would otherwise never hear from, to make them happen. It's just, I'm impressed. Like totally into you guys already and want to check out your books. So it's cool to meet you too.
Awesome.
So thanks for hosting that, you guys. You both have been awesome hosts. I'm on social media as Rise Again on Twitter, and right now, lately these days, I've been running a Substack, which is kind of like a little blog of my like creating my stuff. So you can see behind the scenes in it. Sometimes I just go off about stuff. Like I ended up going off and writing a whole article about how like Batman isn't a socialist and everyone needs to shut up about Bruce Wayne giving all his money to everyone to fix Gotham and stuff. And I just went on this tangent about it and went on and on. But like other times it's like, how do I break down a fight scene in my comics? How do I do this? And other times it's just page work. And if you subscribe and become a paying subscriber, I actually let you download my comics when I finish them. So you get to see them made. Then you get a cool little download of the book at the end. And then if you want, you can get like a discount to support my actual printed editions. So that's just kind of what I'm doing lately. I'm thinking about getting back into YouTube and doing like how I write, like process stuff. But I don't know. We'll see if I can make that into an episode thing. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
I was working on coming up with some stuff on writing, but it's just so hard to write on YouTube and keep it interesting.
How do you make it fun, right?
Yeah.
You don't. What you do is you make a whole book. You get this whole book set up about how to basically you show to people, like you take a whole chapter talking about your favorite flavor of ice cream, and then you discover that it's a book on grooming young women to sleep with you in the industry, and then you make sure that your name, you don't use your real name, and you cover your face every time you do a picture. Never mind. That's personal. I'll just, yeah. There we go. I'm evil. I'm sorry.
Shots fired.
Yeah. Will.
Hey, you can find me if you search 100% Comics. You can find our works. We're on Twitter at 100p Comics. We're on Instagram at 100% Comics, but with the word percent. So you could also just go 100%comics.com. We're on Facebook, makemorecomics.com, and also on Facebook. And that's pretty much that's where I do all my business, or just straight up 100%comics at gmail.com. And you can reach us and ask any questions or concerns or whatever you want. And yeah, so I'm always available. I don't always answer right away, but I will always answer.
Max?
Oh, easy to find. You can just search Mary Machine Gun on any social media.
He says that's me twerking in front of Batman.
You can find me on any social media. Just search Mary Machine Gun or Atrocity Press. Or you can go to atrocitypress.com and pick up some cool swag or some cool comic books.
Nice.
I'm never eating ice cream again before we continue. That's just a thing. I'm never eating ice cream again.
Here's my info right here. Linktree, indie_princess, and also a link to my wish list. Everything on my wish list will be shown on the stream. If it's an outfit, I will wear it. If it's shoes, I will wear it. If it's a crown, I will wear it. So go check it out.
You better be careful what you put on that list.
I have ideas for everything. Don't worry about it.
You don't want to accidentally put something else on the list that you were putting on a different list.
Gotten those things in the mail. They've come for
those are on a different list. Don't worry about that.
Because people can buy stuff and just add it to the list.
Yeah, if I let them.
There have been things that have come in the mail, and I'm like, oh, what comic is this? This isn't a comic at all. Avert your eyes, son.
Those are anal beads.
Yeah. It's horrible, but listen. I didn't like these are superhero anal beads. I didn't think DC would do the license for this.
Start them up like a chainsaw.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Black and
by the way, guys, don't forget, before you guys get out of here and everyone listening, check out Indie Vote TV on Roku. Independent, we got some independent movies up there, some original series coming very soon. One of them we're actually waiting to upload because it's done and it's ready. So we're gonna get that up there soon. And Indie Vote TV is free. It's got some independent wrestling up there, some long form content like this. It is free on Roku, so download that today. Indie Vote TV.
Update your graphics so there's an American Horror.
Yeah. You know what? I was gonna put American Horrors up there, but I was like, I need to ask Hart's permission.
I'm sure it'll be all right.
Yeah, I'll do that. Also, download Indie Vote Radio on Google Play and stream it. I'm updating it right now as we speak, so it's down, but it will be ready probably tomorrow afternoon. Big kind of revamp I'm doing for it. So yeah, download that. If you have an iOS or Apple phone, you can download it. You can listen to it on the streamer or TuneIn app. You can also ask your Alexa wiretap. She's speaking now. See, listen, she said, "What'd you say?"
Then we're doing something special for it too for the radio. I don't have the ad pulled up right now, but for $25 a month, if you have a campaign or upcoming campaign or project that you want to get advertised on the radio, just message me and we can talk about it.
Where's the metal? Because I like listening.
There is metal. Oh my god, I got death metal and everything on there.
I was listening to it for a while and it was like college rock, and I was like, I can't do this.
Oh no, there's metal on there.
Yeah, you have to listen, son. We'll call it the Mac DeVille hour. That way you'll know it's yours.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll make a special playlist for you, Max.
All right, thanks. Just let me know when it comes on.
All right.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. Lola, take us out.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a different intro tonight.
Okay.
See you guys later.
Peace.
You should see me in a crown. I'm gonna run this nothing town. Watch me make them bow one by one, one by one bite. You should see me in a crown. Your silence is my favorite sound. Watch me make them bow one by one by one by one by. Count my cards, watch them fall. Blood on a marble wall. I like